Amphibious life in 5 words. Easier than trailer launching. Is that 5 words? That was 4. And sick.
We've been seeing amphibious boats more and more lately. They've been blowing up our Instagram feeds and our local waterways. And hey, they look pretty sweet, but are they worth the hype, or are they just another novelty? Today we've commandeered a Stryda 900C and we're going to put it through its paces around the maze of islands off Jacob's Well in Queensland. For lunch, we'll drive her up the beach at South Stradbroke Island and see if we can pull off the perfect beach landing in front of an audience at Tippler's Cafe. To finish the day, we'll even try and drive her to the local pub, the Jacob's Well Tavern, for a sneaky beer. But more about the boat. Built in Auckland, New Zealand, the Stryda 900C has a hull length of 7.8 metres, a length overall of 9.3 metres and a beam of 2.8 metres. The height on the wheels is 3.3 metres and you're looking at a dry weight of 2.5 tonne. Fuel-wise, she carries 300 litres and will take anything from a 250 up to a 350 horsepower outboard. This 900C has the 300 horsepower V6 Yami, which should get her moving to over 40 knots. This alloy assault craft has a 5mm bottom and 4mm sides, and it features a 19.5 degree dead rise at the transom. The 900C also comes with a 5-year structural hull warranty. To get her moving on land, there's an Anura S25 4-wheel drive system powered by a 40 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine. Her max land speed is a measly 9 kilometers an hour though, so hopefully the cops don't catch us driving to the pub this arvo. Now, talking turkey. One of these babies will set you back around 350k, which isn't too bad considering you've pretty much got a boat and a 4-wheel drive all in one. Now, how the bloody hell do you start this thing? Luckily, Stephen Barclay from Amphibious AU is here to help. We'll hear more from him later, but in the meantime, let's roll, Steve.
Okay, I'm Stephen from Amphibious AU and I'm going to show Jack how easy it is to operate one of these things. So in this little compartment here we've got our inboard engine, runs all the hydraulics and takes fuel from the main fuel tank on the boat. Okay, here we are at the operating station and it's pretty basic. There's a few buttons, a little joystick that a toddler could use, and we're up and away. So first thing, ignition on, wait for the beep, run the fans, and we're good to go. Right, we're down sitting on the sand at the moment, so one push and we lift up all the way. Right, we got the green light, we're good to go. So here on the Garmin screen, we've got our little front wheel camera. Lets us know what the front wheels are doing. So we just drive out so we can't feel any load on the wheels. Lower the outboard slightly. All right, we're floating. Start the outboard, clicker in gear, and we lift the wheels. One button. Right, this time we've got the blue light. We're on the water, so now we can go. Shut down. And that's it. Easy as. Right, so a cool thing with the Stryda craft is they make the little inboard engine bay really easy to get to. A couple of clips, fold the bait station back. There you have it. So here we are in the engine room of the Stryda 900C. And we've got our little Briggs & Stratton petrol powered inboard here and the hydraulics module. So everything that's involved with the Anura Amphibious system is all in this space here. All our solenoids, our lines, our valve block, and our tank, which has the hydraulic pump inside. So all sealed away out of the elements. So the Briggs & Stratton 40 horsepower Vanguard unit, fuel injected, really simple, easy operation. These things are built to last. So the only thing you need to do before you head out is just check the oil here, easy to get to, and you're good to go.
All right, Stephen, so challenge number 1, this is the maneuverability test. And you've brought us into an awesome spot here, Cobby Island. And it's a bit of a maze of natural mangroves, a little bit of a racetrack, so we should be able to have some fun here. I've heard some people say that amphibious boats struggle a little bit in turns and they throw a little bit of spray because of the wheels. Haven't seen that yet today, but I really want you to bank her into these turns, show us what she can do. I've also heard in the following, so you can also get a little bit of spray coming off that front wheel, and you were out in the bar this morning, didn't see any of that, so let's see how we go. Challenge number 1, take it away.
Oh, we're on.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go! Now that was actually much more maneuverable than I thought for a big girl. I'm pretty impressed by the 900C. Or maybe it's just your driving, mate. Or maybe you've had too many of these.
Could be.
Nice one. All right, challenge number 2 is the speed test. So Stephen's got to start from here, run to the boat, drive the boat 50 meters along the beach, into the water, get the wheels up, start the Yamaha, drive 50 meters, and then we'll stop the time. Let's see how fast he can do it. Ready to go?
Ready to go.
3, 2, 1, go! Stephen's off to a great start. Look at him go. This man is an athlete. Oh, he's off along the beach now. The 900C has a max speed of about 9 kilometers an hour. The transition between land and sea can sometimes be a little bit tricky if the sand's soft, but Stephen has got it dialed. Oh, look at him go straight into the channel. He's still on the wheels at the moment, but he started up the Yami. Oh, there he goes. Wheels are out of the water. Look at him go. And he's off. Wheels are fully out. Charging with the Yami. He's on the plane already. In under 2 minutes, he's got from the beach, on the plane. Very impressive. All right, so challenge number 3, and this is gonna be the Sandbank test. Behind us, we've got a pretty steep and pretty soft sandbank. So we're gonna see if we can make it up and over without getting bogged. Mission accomplished. That was pretty cool. We did get a little bit of wheel spin heading up onto the dune, but nothing the old Stryda couldn't handle. Let's move on to the next challenge. All right, so we're on our way to challenge number 4, but we thought Stephen got away a little bit too easy on the Sandbank challenge. So we found a much steeper one and something that had a lot softer sand. And we actually got up really well, and then we went to do a few maneuvers on the beach, and we actually got a bog. But Stephen didn't bat an eyelid. He was cool, calm, and collected. All he did was just drop the wheels down, and it left these big sort of holes where we were sort of spinning the wheels, packed it with sand, and we also packed it with some shrubs and some sticks. Popped out instantly, and then off we were. Stephen also was telling me the tyres on this rig are a little bit firm, so worst case scenario, we could have taken some more pressure out of these tyres and we would have been away, but pretty cool to see. All right, we've made it to challenge 4, and this might just be the hardest one yet. Steve's gonna have to pull off a beach landing in front of an audience, which always makes everything about 100 times harder, at a little cafe here called Tippler's. It's on South Stradbroke Island. It's only accessible by boat, so let's get in there. I'm ready for a Palmer. I'm ready for a beer. All right. The 40 horsepower, it's fired up. The Yammy's still engaged. Nice little runway up here, perfect to come up. Oh, the crowds are starting to really take a look now. There's a huge audience forming. Stephen is not phased at all. Look at him, he's cool, calm and collected. Now we're lowering her down. Garage mode activated. Look at that. That was absolutely beautiful.
Textbook stuff.
Well done, mate. Mate, talk about an entrance. That was cruising in style.
Yeah, that's how it should be done.
Cheers, eh?
Good.
Now for the final test. Can we make it on the main road to the pub? Let's see how we go. Now Stephen tells us you can legally drive these on the road if you have the right permits, and Jacob's Well Tavern is about 50 metres down the road here, so I think we're going to be right. Pull in for a nice schooner to finish the day. All right, we're coming up to an intersection here. Something you don't see every day, a Stryda 900C on the main road. I don't think we're going to be able to get to the 50km/h speed limit, but 9K is all we need to get here. And the rods have just absolutely copped it in the trees. Good save, Steve. That was a close one. Another metre and you would have been cooked. Reverse parking an amphibious boat. Now this I've never seen before. See if he can pull it off under high pressure. He's bloody done it. This bloke is an absolute whiz on the wheel. All right, we made it to the Jacob's Well Tavern.
Phone call, say, you know, I've lost this, how do I do that? You know, that's fine, we're here to cover that. And it's something that was lacking in the amphibious industry before. And so that's one of the big things that I want to help out with, is that service support after the sale has been made. An amphibious boat's going to suit, well, it's quite a range, either like your commercial applications, your tourist operators, island hopping, whale watching, scenic like seal tours, or resort like guest transfers, things like that. Or whether it's someone that has a property right on the beach or near the beach, or has their own private access. So you can get away with having no trailer, no beach launching four-wheel drive or tractor, something like that. And also suited for areas where there's big tides, a lot of sort of sand flats, areas where you go out fishing in the morning, high tide, you come back at midday and tide's low. You can't get in, or you got to drive way out into the mud flats. So these things here, straight up on the sand, up you run to the ramp or the beach or wherever, and then yeah, get home. So you don't have to worry about the tidal sort of situation where you live. So the Anura system, Anura, they solely build amphibious systems. They don't build the boats. So their only focus is to build the best amphibious system for craft manufacturers. And then they sell to craft manufacturers who engineer their craft to make them suitable, or design from, you know, ground up new craft to be amphibious. The module, as we've seen today, is one compact unit. We can have it with a petrol inboard or an electric drive motor, and then a separately mounted battery pack. I guess one of the biggest things is the ease of use. They've really tried to keep the user actions down low. So there's one joystick for your throttle control and then also your speed. When it comes to lifting and raising, lowering and raising the legs, it's just one button, automatic up, automatic down. There's also manual control for separate legs up and down for when you want to drop it down on the beach. And then the little user interface screen for, it gives you all your P's and T's, your pressures and temperatures and all what's happening with the system. So if there was ever an issue with a sensor failure or something like that, you can actually go through and self-diagnose a lot of the faults, and then we can send the part to you or come up and rectify. A great tool over the phone with a technician. We walk you through the pages. We can diagnose pretty much 99% of the faults over the phone using this user interface, which is super useful for customers, and rectifies issues quickly if there is any, which there aren't that a lot. How much does it cost to service amphibious craft per year? With an Anura system, their annual service is pretty low key. We're talking, $400 or $500. There's a few hours in it, and basically an oil change and what have you of the petrol motor. Every 4 years, you're looking at greasing your pins and all that sort of stuff. But we like to keep the prices down for your maintenance, and also the actual amount of work to maintain these is a lot lower. So the boat we're on today, Stryda 900C, it's the biggest boat in their range thus far, and it's for someone that wants to do island hopping, go out fishing, heading out wide, or coming in, camping on islands. You've got the full double or berth up the front there. You've got the head as well for anyone on board that can't pee over the side. And we've got a bait station down the back there, and live well, deck wash, all this sort of usual stuff. But sky's the limit to really how far you want to go. The challenges today, running races, sandbanks, soft driving, getting stuck. The captain's definitely thrown a few things at us. But I think, we did it pretty well. We got some pretty soft sand today. We really want to sort of push the limits and show what these boats are capable of. It's no use cruising up in a lakefront, hard sand, flat area, and anyone can drive up and down. So we sort of showed the limitations of this, and we found the limit, and that was getting stuck in soft sand. But as you've probably seen, it's it is easy to get out of, and tyre pressures play a big factor. I had these tyres probably pumped up a little bit too much because I've been on the road. It's definitely another thing in the back pocket to let the tyres down, same as a four-wheel drive, and you get yourself out of most little sticky situations. So bit of fun ahead today, and I think everyone's pretty well happy. So a quick run through on the electronics for this thing. So we've got the Garmin display here. We've got a 1 kilowatt EMR through-hull transducer, zip wake system, Fusion stereo here, Garmin VHF, and all the usual sort of suspects. Bait tanks and wipers and lighting. We've got all red lighting for footwells and all that sort of stuff for night traveling. All the lighting here is white to red as well. All sort of standard features. So you can get trailers for these boats as well, whether you're trailing it to the boat ramp or you're moving it between the house and the batch, or maybe you live down south and you spend 6 months up North Queensland or something like that, or you want to go to WA and chase the fish over there. We supply trailers also. We work with local manufacturers to build custom amphibious trailers. Probably a few shots today of my one that's just been completed by a local company here, and we kind of can do it to whatever spec you like, whether it's the really high end or just a skeleton trailer to get you going. We'll cover that also for you. What do people say when we show up at the boat ramp and come up on the wheels? It's I don't know, mixed reactions. Some people just sort of turn a blind eye, and a few people's jaws hit the floor, but and everything in between. So definitely a few thumbs up, and a lot of questions being asked. It's cool to, I guess that's one of the little things where I got involved with the amphibious boat industry, is because it is a little bit something different. It's quite niche. You either kind of need it or you don't, and it's great. It's cool to see the smiles on little kids' faces when you're sort of cruising around on the wheels, and it's a good time.